Hi everyone! Today we're going to make sidewalk chalk mosaics. Let's get started. So the first thing that you're going to start with is your materials. You need blue painter's tape and some awesome chalk. You also need a big surface to draw on outside and some friends to help. So once you found your spot and you found some help from friends, you are going to start off with the blue painter's tape. The blue painter's tape is going to act as a kind of coloring book for us. It's going to help us with lines and the shapes that we're going to be filling in. So this step, it takes a little bit of time, but it's definitely very important for that end awesome process. So the first thing that Isaac did here was he made sure he started off with one large line, and then he's branching all of his lines from this first line. Now he is pulling the tape, he's pressing it down to make sure it sticks to the driveway. Painter's tape on the driveway is not going to be permanent, but you want to press it down as much as you can because when we color pretty close to it, we want to make sure that it stays strong and it stays still. Now Isaac is starting off by making his first shape. He's going to make one big shape just so that he kind of figures out what guidelines he has before he starts making those little shapes inside. Now Isaac's shape is pretty small here because he's working by himself, but if you have more friends, they can definitely help you make a bigger shape, a bigger chalk mosaic, and it would be lots of fun too. So after he has his shape down here, like I said before, he's going to start off by making small sections like this. So those small sections are going to be multiplied just like this. So Isaac ended up having some help from Riker, and they were able to make a bigger mural than what Isaac started off with, which is awesome. So if you have a help and you have a little bit of time, you can definitely make a more detailed and complex mural. Just note that you can't really leave on the tape for more than a couple of hours, especially if it's raining. Tape is not going to stay when it's raining. So if you start this, you definitely want to finish it within an hour or two, or however long you're playing outside that day. Now it's really, really helpful to have an extra set of hands because as you can see, Riker is holding down one side, so Isaac can go all the way to the other side and make a really big line. Now they have their friend Jasper here who has already started on the next step. So once you have your design completed and you have your outline done, you are going to fill in each section with the chalk. You're going to go right up to the edge there. You're going to fill up all the space that you possibly can and just make it really awesome. Now it is completely up to you and your pals on how you fill in those sections. There's so many different things that you can do. You can fill it in with a solid color, you can add patterns or shapes, or even just awesome drawings as well. In our mural, we had zigzags, polka dots, handprints, solid colors, and I just loved how this turned out because it was all four of us working on one mural. So you can go in with a plan, or you can say assign different sections. But honestly, my favorite part about this kind of project is that you get to work with your friends. So there I am joining in on the fun because it just looked so awesome, and I mean, who doesn't want to draw with chalk? So what I'm doing there is I'm going and tracing around each shape because I really want to make sure that I emphasize that shape. Because once it's done, you want to make sure you don't have any empty spaces. That's what makes it really cool, is that it's so filled in. So like I said before, working with friends on this is just so much fun. I mean, how many times do we get to make a really big art piece like this with our friends? Not very often. And especially with chalk, where you can draw so much in one place or so much in another, and then the next day it rains and it's all gone. Kind of makes it exciting because you don't know how long it's going to stay there. Now what I really like about Jasper's here is he's choosing to draw a picture inside. He's really going detailed, which is awesome. All right, so once every section is filled in, here is the satisfying part. You are going to start peeling off all the blue painter's tape. Now before you do that, you definitely want to double check and make sure that every section's filled in, and maybe every section might be outlined a little bit. Then start ripping away. When you remove the painter's tape, you're going to see the sidewalk or the driveway shine through and outline all of those shapes that you created with the painter's tape. And I mean, come on, let's be honest. Who does not like pulling away tape like this? It is so satisfying. It's almost like unwrapping a present. All right, once you're done removing all the tape, take a step back and look at your amazing chalk mosaic.
We did it! That looks awesome.
I hope you guys had fun watching this, and I hope you get to make your chalk mosaic soon.